Green Country Custom Rods here. Today we're going to be doing a video showing you guys how to set your guide spacing, statically test that guide spacing to make sure that it's suited best for that rod. Here we have laid out a rain shadow medium light fast action rod, and we'll give you some shots of that and see if we've kind of got this perfected. And I'll give you a look here. We've got tip of our rod, and I don't know, I went ahead and done this off camera so you could see it. We're gonna medium light action, just from experience. We're gonna need one somewhere between 2.5 to 3.5 inches. So I'm just taking my China marker and putting a little white mark there. Got one at 4.5, got one at 8. And I'm just putting them down here. So I usually go 2 inches and then I'll skip to 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 13.5, 18, 23. We'll go 36 or so, and then 46. Okay, all this we're doing is just kind of based off of numbers in the past, or if you had a rod that you had done and you liked, a 6.6 medium light, that's a favorite of yours, you could always go measure those out and mark them just like that. So next up, we're going to put some guide bands on this. So what we use here, the smaller blanks are these red little guide holding rubber bands. These things are great for smaller blanks. And then I've got 3 sizes of this guide tubing. 1, 0, and 2 are different sizes of blanks. 0 is your smaller, and I think we can get by with 0. You want something that's going to hold them on there pretty tight so you can do your static testing. And again, all we do on this is kind of cut it with a razor blade. Cut us a few sections off. Most of this one's going to be done in red, so get a double foot guide. There's 2. I'll cut 4 or so of these. We just slice them. Slice little donuts out. I'll try to give you a look at it. I don't know if you can see those. Little thin donut shapes. That's all there is to it. Cut you a few of those. These others just pull right off. And I'll get the rod. Now this is a 3-piece rod, so and just place them on the top. Roll them down to where you want them. Really simple. Now you can use tape, and sometimes you got to go back and tape them too, depending on flexibility of your blank, how much tension you're going to put on it in your static test. We'll put those 4 on for the larger area of the blank down here at the butt end, or the grip end. Okay, we got that all took care of. I don't know if you can see them, but there's our little rubber bands all the way down where our projected guide spacing is going to be. So next up, I'll set up the static tester, and we will shoot you a little bit different angle and show you how we set that up to where we can test what we just put on the blank. Okay, let me show you my setup. Static testing, FDX, custom rods. Got this idea. I've got the guide alignment tool in. This is for a low profile wheel. We're going to be putting a BFS reel on here. This is set this little notch at the height. We're coming out. We've got a good transition down to the bottom and middle of that one. What we do with this is you can kind of slide them back. That's why I like the rubber bands. And get a nice, easy transfer of that power. In this rod blank, this is a medium light fast action tip, so you can tell that you scoot back here where most of the action is in this particular rod. And you know, that action starts about right in here. And this is a ferrule 3-piece rod. So we put 9 guides on here, which seems like a lot for a 6.6 rod, but you know, I've got a pretty good load on it, and we've got good space, and we're not touching the blanket in any place. So just give you an idea, I've just got it, it's one of the little quick grips. Got the line pinned down to my table. Give you a look from this direction if that light isn't blowing it out. All the way down. We'll come up over the top. Now, I'll give you a look as when we put this load under a lot more stress. You can see we're still not touching the blank, but we're getting closer in a lot of areas, especially right there. We've got plenty down here, so we could probably bump this guide back here just a hair. This one back a hair, and I think, let's see if we put some more load on it. Now, this is the problem when you move them, you gotta move them. Hard to do this with one hand. We've got a ton of pressure on that rod now. Not touching any place. Looks good. So that's our static testing. Real simple setup. You don't have to buy the fancy one with ball bearings in it. I've just got a piece of 2-inch PVC, drilled some holes out to where I could get to some, screwed it on a board and put a vice grip on it to nail it down. So static testing done. Now we'll come back and remark, and I'll actually give the distances I'm using on this SB 780. All right, here's our measurements from the tip top. First one ended up being 3 and not quite, I'd say 3 3/8. Next one ended up at 6 3/8. And we've got 9 3/4, 11 1/2, 17 7/8, 23 1/2, 30 1/4, 37 1/4, and right at 48, or probably 47 7/8 or 11 16ths, just barely under 48 or right at 48. These are pretty much immaterial. So anyway, that's our static testing. That's how we set up our rods. This is a 3-piece rod, so I've got the spline marked on all 3 portions of the blank, and we're ready to start wrapping up. And so in the next video, be looking for that. We're going to be doing this for a customer. We're thinking red or maybe some green, so stay tuned. Check it out at the next one. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Until next week, Green Country Baits and Rods signing out.